parents, though it's hard to accept, video games are here to stay. So what is a parent to do? And what are the signs that your teen may have a real problem with addiction? Dr. Elaine Ducharme, a clinical psychologist in Glastonbury, Connecticut, joins us this morning to give parents some helpful advice. It's great to be with you, Elaine.
Thank you, Ashley. Good to be here.
This is a really good topic to cover, video game addiction. I'm sure a lot of parents wonder, is my child addicted to video games?
This is a big question, and many of the kids really are. I mean, some of them are just playing it a lot, and other kids really have developed a true addiction, just like gambling or any other addiction.
How much time on the computer is considered too much time?
Well, you know, that's an interesting question, because for young kids, we recommend 1 hour of video computer time and then have 1 hour of physical activity, because they really can get stuck. You know, our teenagers are spending 4 and 5 hours at a time. They get bleary-eyed. They go into these comas. There was recently an article, in fact, I think it was in, just a recent article in the paper, that a kid passed out after being on the computer and playing video games for about 4 days. His mom wasn't even sure whether he'd been playing for 4 or 5 days, because he would get up and go to the bathroom occasionally and get a snack, took a shower, which is something that some kids don't even do. They just will stay playing video games. So when the kids are really just focusing on the gaming and really avoiding doing any other activities, that's when you've really got a problem.
So why? Why are kids playing for 4 and 5 days? What is keeping them so attached?
Well, there are a number of hooks that keep kids, really stuck in this game. The first one is the high score. You want to get a high score, you're trying to, maybe it's beating your own score, but you're just always trying to get up there and get, do better each time.
Right.
I mean, even when I've played something as silly as Bejeweled, I can find myself saying things like, oh, I can't go to bed until I've hit 100,000. My daughter's score is higher than mine,
Yes.
And it's kind of silly, but that might take me 15 minutes. Other kids are playing these for hours and really trying to beat that score. The other is beating the game. Sometimes the game itself sets traps for you. They set goals for you to do, or you're playing actually against a game opponent, and you're trying to beat them. It's always about winning. The role playing. In role playing, that's such an interesting piece, because kids get to be those characters. So if a kid has some social difficulties and really may not feel accepted in certain areas, they get to be the shooter. They get to be the one with power. They get to be the one that conquers the world. And they become very much affiliated with that character. So they want to stay playing that role. It feels more comfortable than actually being out there with their friends. The other is discovery. What am I going to discover? I'm going to discover new worlds out there. I get to open this door and go into this other whole place. And that gets really exciting. And the last one is relationships. These kids are meeting people online and actually talking to people. Sometimes it's their friends, okay, so they can maintain friendships that way. But they're talking to strangers in Europe, all over the world, and it becomes maybe their virtual world, so that they don't have to actually have social skills. And that's one of the issues that we're seeing is kids that are getting this involved in video gaming, is that their social skills really are deteriorating. They don't know how to make phone calls, they get uncomfortable, but online they don't feel as vulnerable, and it becomes really the way to connect to the world.
And that can be very detrimental to their social development.
Yeah.
And it's a magical world that they can escape into.
Exactly.
What are signs that parents can look for that their child may have an addiction to video games?
Well, there are several things. One is that when a kid seems to be really happy when they're online, and the minute they're told that they have to get offline, they get depressed, they get angry, they start getting combative. That's really obviously one area of concern. The other is that they're spending more time with with the control and with the mouse than they are with real people. Okay, that becomes a real issue. The other is that when your friends, if you're telling your child, this is too much, you're spending way too much time at the computer, you're neglecting school, you're neglecting other activities, you're not seeing friends, and your child becomes very defensive, and you know that, and your kid may even know that they're becoming defensive, and for the child, that's really a sign for themselves. If they're kind of wondering, gee, maybe mom's right or dad's right, but if you see that defensiveness happening, you can be pretty sure that there's probably a problem. And then in the end, the last one is that if your child is starting to not sleep well, they're not eating properly, they're missing meals, they're avoiding things that they should be doing, that's really a sign that they probably need help, and you need to really be intervening and setting some very strict rules about just, we're not going to be gaming for a while. We're going to be doing some social things and trying to involve the family doing other kinds of things so that you develop those social skills and your child has a much more balanced life. And that's really the key, I think, is that balance in life.
Right, absolutely, as always, in anything.
Absolutely,
and parents need to know that the addiction is possible, that they may think of it as a very harmless thing, but like you say, there's articles out there that show that it can be way too much.
Absolutely. And, actually what happens is when a kid is playing video games for a long time, your brain actually releases dopamine, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter. And so it's kind of like being drug addicted without having drugs that you're introducing. I mean, the kid isn't smoking anything or taking anything, but your brain becomes, it's releasing its own feel-good chemicals. And that really is a very addicting feeling. And it makes it very hard. So if, when we talk about addiction, it's not just a behavior pattern. There's actually some chemical brain changes occurring when kids are sitting there for 6, 7 hours. We're seeing some major changes.
And it can be very dangerous.
Absolutely.
And of
yes.
course, there's always help available. So thank you very much, Elaine, for being here to let parents know all about video game addiction. It's great to have you. And if you think your teen may have a video game addiction, you can log on to mymassappeal.com and click on Family Appeal to get more information on what you can do to help them.